Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today is going to be an update on my long-term review of not only the best mousetrap, but how to actually use the mousetrap for my benefit. And I've decided that I had to make a little bit of a tweak to this mousetrap because the mice were actually taking my bait and running off with it. And well, I switched baits from last winter. If you want to put a link down below for my experiment during the wintertime with the mice, with all these different YouTube concoctions of different powders that's going to eliminate your mice. Well, they don't work in the summer, is my opinion. So what I've switched to is strictly using peanuts. Now, you can use peanut butter over the winter time and the early spring or starting in the late fall if you like. But to tell you the truth, if you have ants around at all, well, the ants are going to get to it before the mice ever will. And if you're thinking about other type of baits, well, so far the best has just been the old-fashioned peanut. So let's come over to the bench here and I'm going to show you some things that I found out. And I made a little bit of a tweak, a little bit of a hack on the best mousetrap that I think exists today. And it's been quite successful. So let's go over here. Let's take a look if you want to catch more mice. Okay, let's start off right here. Now, the peanut butter is good for the winter time, late fall, early spring. Even these types of dry roasted peanuts are terrific as well. They do work as well. But I just go for a bag of these. I open them up, I take one peanut out, and I drop it inside. So why is this the best mousetrap? Well, let's take a look at its competition. Well, the competition is an open platform, and you can see where they can take the bait here quite easily a lot of times without actually touching on the paddle, and they steal the bait. Now this mousetrap here is just a terrific design, and it's got this piece that screws into the back so easily. So you just take this in and take it out. You can see where it just clips in and turns. And this is where I would just put one peanut and I would just stuff it in here from side to side, and that was great. So let's move on to this side here, and you could see where, if I get a close-up here, I just put a piece of wire across. Now, of course, I've got a couple of clamps on the back side here, right? Like, the last thing you want to do is snap your finger in there, so they're held up right now. So now I can play with this all I want and it's not going to snap. But as you could see here, all I did, if I get as close as I can, right about there, and you could see I just placed a wire in there and put it across. So I tried this one for about 2 weeks, and it worked perfectly. So now I'm moving on to this one, and I've just designed it a little bit different so that when I cut all these wires, I got about 10 of these traps, that I can just place it in the hole here and place it in the hole on the other side. And if I can get my fingers to go in there, let me just zoom in a little bit there. And I can't do this one-handed, but you can get the idea. I'm close enough to the hole, right? And that little bit of a zag in there, I think that's going to be even better. So, can you imagine that they would take the peanut out of here and not touch the trap part, the paddle. So, if we take this one out, I just want to show you closely, right up close there. Can you see where I had put peanut butter in this before? And they chewed the edges all the way around to get to the peanut butter, and they never snapped the trap. Now sometimes, of course, they got caught and sometimes they didn't, but you could see where they chewed around the top of the ridge there. So by placing this in here, I think is the ideal solution. So you just place that in there like this, and then you get your pliers and you just bend the tabs under on both sides like I did here. And that's easy enough, right? And it goes right over top of your bait, so they have to actually go in here and touch it. And I think that's a lot better than just the the hole by itself, because I was getting some where the bait was gone. Now I will tell you something. It's happened to me, I think, twice where the trap was snapped, but there was no mice in it. And I think it might have been the raccoons sticking their hand, because I've got boxes. I showed these boxes in my in the link below for last winter's experiment. But I got these boxes, and of course it's got a hole going through, and it's a wooden box. And I think it was the raccoons sticking their hand inside, because they could smell it inside. Because I've been experimenting with some liquid baits to attract them, and so far, when I get the resolve on the testing, I'll bring that out too. But I think this design here is far superior. I'm saying like big time far superior than this style here. Now I just bought these off of Amazon. Like, I don't sell anything on my channel, so if you want to look for these, you got to look for them yourself, because I don't sell nothing on my channel. I buy these myself and I review them myself. This one here was $6. This one here, whoop, almost got myself, $10. I've seen them as low as $10 to $12 on Amazon, but sometimes, you know, you see them on average between 18 and 20 bucks for 10, and even then, that's what I paid, was almost $20 for 10, and I have seen them lower. So what else have I caught with these mouse traps? Okay, so what else have I caught with the mouse traps? Well, I'll tell you, I think the odd time I'm getting a raccoon sticking their hand in my my bait box and then pulling their hand out. And the only reason why I think that is because the trap itself is moved a lot, and I've got them in my bait boxes so they really can't move. And so that's the first thing. But the second one was, for you that have followed the channel a long time, last winter through the snow I was tracking this rat that actually, for the first time, we never had no rats around here, was coming out of the neighbor's compost bin. Well, I caught that rat this summer on that trap. And I tell you, just the body on that rat had to be about this long, and the tail about the same. So when I seen that, I come around the side of my garage where I had my trap out there, and I thought, holy Jesus, like the size of a groundhog at first. I could not believe, you know, it was that powerful. And I mean, if you get your finger caught in these traps, it's going to sting. You know, it'll leave a mark, that's for sure. So, you know, you'd be surprised with them serrated plastic jaws, how good they are. And the mice don't get out, they don't escape. If the trap goes off, well, you got a mouse. And if the trap doesn't go off and your bait's gone, you know you got a smart mouse, right? So I think that this is a great resolve for all of you that are looking for a good trap that catches the mice or even a rat. You know, for under $20 for a box of 10. I think it's a great trap. And the addition of that wire going across prevented them from taking out the peanut and just going away, because I don't know what it is, but they will not want to step on that paddle unless they have to. So when you put that wire across there, first thing they do is they go a little bit deeper and deeper, and then boom, night's out, Irene. So, well, thanks for joining me here today. I hope you got a little bit of a tip on a mouse trap hack that, you know, in the first place is a great trap, but I think this makes it even better. So thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again, and let's have some more fun. Cheers.